Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV here, and if you are looking to be a bunkhouse baller on a budget, it can be overwhelming, the number of different options and brands, and it seems like, ever notice every salesperson you talk to at every single store, every single RV show, they always sell the best camper? Have you ever talked to a salesperson at an RV display who said,
yeah, they sell better campers over there than we have here?
Like, it's never gonna happen. They're all cool in different ways. There's no way to really quantify, here's the best of them. But what I kind of wanted to do with this video is break down a few different stick and tin bunkhouse campers that if I were personally making a purchase today, these are models that I would, I'd hang my hat on. They're models that I would personally put my family in it and I would tow around. I thought that might be, that's bright, make a decent launch pad for a couple folks out there. And if you appreciate how we take the time to stomp around the cold to make these videos, please hit that subscribe button. It might help warm me up a little bit. And remember, down in the video description, I'm going to leave you links to the full video tours, because today we're going to see some like 2-minute flyby kind of footage. We're going to go through a bunch of them real fast. There's going to be links down there to see full videos to learn more, and links to check pricing and availability on these at any of our Bish's RV locations. Now, these are in no real particular order. It's just, again, a handful of things that I personally happen to like. And I will tell you, for the majority of my adult life, I've personally camped in a Jayco Jay Flight. It's a 26BH no-slide model, or a 264 the more modern era, or now a 260BH, now that I think about it. But the fact is, they make one a little bit smaller that I really kind of like. The 224BH Jay Flight. It is all thriller, no filler. It is everything I think I really need for a casual family camping weekend for Larry Lunchbucket and Jane Sixpack. People who still punch a clock for a living, but want to go out and have a good time. It's simple, easy, no slide goodness. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV in Coldwater, Michigan, my hometown store. Pardon me first and foremost if I'm a little foggier than normal. I'm just returning back to work from a week off with my family. And anybody else, like, you spend a little bit of time away from work and you come back, you're like,
oh crap, I forgot how to do my job.
Anyway, I thought I'd shake the cobwebs out and start with something a little simple, a little more familiar, and kickstart my, my kind of work career back off here. Associated with the starter class camper, like Goodyear Endurance tires. It has rear and side view camera prep. It's also taller inside, and it has just a massive shower. Now that big shower is cool in case you got to get in there and like you got a Labrador that gets into a fight with a skunk, or like if you need a shower chair. There's a bunch of other really good qualities. It's also got a couple hiccups and hangups. I've got a couple ideas for you along the way. Let me know what you think about this one as we go. And if you appreciate the good work that we're doing here, showing you the good with the bad, told you I'm foggy, I got to think about it. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get started and see what this one might offer you and your family. Now, an interestingly good alternative to that Jay Flight is actually this one right here, the 22 MKSE Gray Wolf. I'll try to remember to leave you some links for that one. But a new member of the Cherokee Gray Wolf family actually kind of caught my eye this year, and that's the 262 Wolf Den. The Wolf Den is the new simplified, straightforward, no-nonsense price leader series from the Cherokee family of stick and tin campers. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV. I am tired at the end of the day, long hot day, recording a lot of things, but I had to get one more. I wanted to get another look at one of these wolf dens here. This is a new series from the Cherokee division of Forest River, and what I like about this is it's their new, like more budget focused series. Certainly, it's far more price accessible. but it still includes so many really nice features. Now you can see where it doesn't have all the equipment of, say, like something like a Grey Wolf, but I ain't mad at what it does have. It has more than it doesn't have, I'll say it that way. And what I like about this is they didn't take a Grey Wolf and just scrape crap out. They built these from the ground up to be exactly what they are. And it's always been my impression with my years in this industry, when someone does something with purpose and intent, the end result is far, far better. So this is a very straightforward family camping floor plan, but I like this new lounge that they're flirting with over here. And you might notice they got rid of the carpet in the slide, so this is now easier to clean than it ever has been before. The new Wolf Den series here, they do everything that matters and nothing that doesn't, but it still has things like the better stabilizer jacks, the giant bedroom window over there, power awning, all the stuff that's really important. None of the fluff stuff that you're paying for that maybe a lot of people don't need. Another way you can look at one of these is you can get a camper like this, and maybe it's missing one or two little widgets that you'd prefer. And with the money that you save getting one of these, because these are generally speaking about $3,000 less than an equivalent Grey Wolf model, you can add those one or two little things and still save big on a casual kind of class family camper right here. Now, I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion. I think that if I was a more casual RVer, this is something that I would look at right here. I don't need all the bells. I don't need all the whistles. We get to take a trip or two every year, but I don't like the idea of hotels, and I don't like renting someone else's RV. This thing right here might really get the job done for you. Now, my next entry here is just weird. It's just a weird camper, and I think that that's probably why it resonates so well with yours truly. The Salem Wildwood FSX division has created this new ultimate crossover camper segment where it's not a toy hauler, it's not a bunkhouse, it's not a couples camper. It's this insane equal parts amalgamation of all three. And the 262 VC VersaCargo Salem Wildwood FSX is a model that is something that I could see using for my family right now. But 5 or 6 years from now, if my daughter stops camping with us, it's a model that I don't need to trade out and I could continue to use. And that's why I love it. It is like it has some of the greatest potential of being your second camper the first time around. And for me, that's a big deal. Hey everybody, welcome back. Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV, or as the YouTube auto captions like to say, Vicious RV, which frankly sounds kind of cool, with something a little bit different and new. This is the third member of the new FSX V series, the Versa series here. And what this thing is this weird hybrid amalgamation of a couples camper, a bunkhouse, and a toy hauler all wrapped up into one, where it could work for kind of any of those purposes. Now, it's not made for big giant side-by-sides. They have dedicated floor plans just for that in the FSX series. This is for something where, like, maybe sometimes you have guests. Maybe normal, everyday floor plans that you've seen don't work for you. This could be the one that fits in something else. I think this one reads to me more as a couples camper than most of the others. There's one that's a little bit more of a bunkhouse. There's one that's kind of between. This one to me says this is a couples model where you want a patio, but maybe you've got 1 or 2 kids. It could definitely work that. Or maybe occasionally you have a grandkid or something like that with you. This is an RV that can work for all of those purposes without needing to like trade the camper in and get something else later on. So if you're looking to get your second camper the first time or your last one and be done with it, this might be the kind of thing that could work for you. Now we're looking at it today in the Platinum series with the fiberglass skin, and we're looking at it in a Wildwood version. Salem is the same thing. They both come in both fiberglass and tin skin versions. I'll leave you links in the video description as always to check for pricing and availability on all those. But this model right here, it's 7 foot tall inside, which makes the shower headroom really great. They have their VersaTilt bed up front, which is a power headboard lift thing. So if you need that like separation, like sometimes my wife and I, we love each other, but we just each are in the mood to do a different thing during the day. Maybe one of us could hang out in the bedroom, one of us could hang out in the rear bar and entertain friends. I don't know. That's what's cool about this. This one, you write your own rules, basically. And as I jump over to my fourth option here on the list, it occurs to me that I'm kind of somewhat drawn to bunkhouses that aren't necessarily overtly just bunkhouses. I think it's kind of like one of those, you ever talk to people like, well, I like fish, but as long as it doesn't taste like fish. I don't know if that person likes fish. Anyway, Salem Wildwood has also created yet another new thing out there, this whole new view concept. What I love about it is so many bunkhouses sacrifice good living space, and this is built around the concept of living space first, but again, it finds a way to give me the ability to have extra sleeping, but also has the ability to be something that can change and evolve and grow over time. And having one thing that can do multiple things over time, or you can use it one way this trip, a different way the next trip. That kind of stuff just gets me going. Guys, I've been doing this almost 15 years, and I've never seen anything like this. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV down here at the Salem and Wildwood facility getting my first look at their all-new View series. This is a completely groundbreaking concept basically in RV design, where this is going to sound crazy, they're doing all the things you asked them to do, but then they cranked it up to 11 with stuff you've never even thought of probably before. So first of all, so many people will look at RVs and go, why are all the windows facing at the neighbors? That's stupid, I want to look at my campsite. Well, that was one of the whole bases here, where they said, how can we put more windows on the campsite of this? And what came out of that equation once they put the spaghetti in the blender is something completely unique in the RV industry. This is the largest of the View series currently, although I think we're going to see it expand. And keep in mind, everything we're looking at today is a complete first run prototype. So it's kind of a rough proof of concept, and if this is where they're starting, I can't wait to see where they're ending. First of all, this has over 100 square foot of window coverage on it, which is more than almost even a lot of fifth wheels tend to have, even very large luxury fifth wheels. They just plastered the campsite of this thing with all sorts of glass. Now, in the Platinum series, you're seeing you get the nice tinted glass, but these by default would typically be a more like stick and tin kind of camper, but you can dress them up a little bit as we're seeing here today. What is crazy about this one is not just all the counter space and all the windows, it literally has a hidden room built into the slide. When you walk through it, you almost don't even register this has a big full super slide, because you can literally walk behind the entertainment center where there's a hidden multi-function bunk room, craft room, office, dog kennel, a little bit of anything you want. And I was like, okay, so what, we're gonna sit in there hotboxing ourselves all day? No, they thought of that. They have dedicated air conditioning somehow running into the slide box, which is, like I said, they're doing stuff here I've never seen before. And you got the VersaTilt bed. You've got a bed that can slide up out of the way to give you better nighttime viewing. You have room to get dressed, washer and dryer prep. A laundry list of cool things on this. I need to get started. Let's get inside as we go. I want to hear what you think about this. Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? This is a fledgling concept. How can they improve it further? And if you like how we're getting you the very first look at a lot of this new cool stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like our videos to stay in tune with what comes next. And I tell you, honorable mention time here. I already kind of mentioned that one Gray Wolf, but Salem Wildwood almost made this list again. They are absolutely crushing stuff right now in terms of new fun designs and things that I like. But they have a bath and a half model that I think a lot of people may enjoy, a 29 BDB. I'll try to remember to leave you a link for that down in the description there. It is a very good, very cool model. I just personally don't go after a bath and a half kind of camping floor plan, but I know that some people, it's a near requirement for them, and I respect that. But my personal pick, if I was going to get a bunkhouse camper for my family today, it would be a Go Play 26BH. Now this is a series that is exclusive to Bish's RV, and it definitely sounds like a setup like, well, yeah, of course that's the one you would pick. But if you go back to my Stick and Tin Couples Campers video, I did not mention a Go Play. They make some very nice models. Certainly, I love that 20 FBS couples camper, but for what I look for in a Stick and Tin couples camper, I just think there's some other things that are better. But when I look at a Stick and Tin family bunkhouse camper, for the kind of casual camping that I do, I cannot find something that does a better job than the 26BH for me and my family. 2 years running now, I'm naming this what I think is the best first-timer starter camper out there on the market today. That's a pretty bold statement. Let's see how she stacks up. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV here with some updates on the 26BH Go Play. And if I was going to get just a simple, straightforward, basic family camper for my family today, no joke. This is the one I would go with here. I'm not going to call it perfect or flawless, but I personally feel this is the best executed version of this floor plan I've ever seen. And thanks to your input, I think it's gotten a little better. But I want you to keep that input coming because I think we could make it a little bit better still. So this thing is just under 30 foot tip to tail. It barely weighs 4,900 pounds empty. It's less than, I think, 6,000 pounds fully loaded. So yeah, you know, you don't even need a real heavy duty, even kind of half ton to haul one of these things around. Now technically those capacities might be within the specs of, say, like a tow package Ford Ranger. I don't recommend a mid-size pickup. I still would recommend a full-size pickup for something like this, just due to the full body size of it and shove a little vehicle around. But we have really good patio awning coverage on this. We are carpetless and ventless, very pet friendly and easy cleaning in the flooring. We're taller inside also, and that means, you know, more headroom, not just for walking around, but it allows a person like me who's a little over 6 foot to stand in the shower. It makes more room for the bunks. It means taller cabinets. But one of the other things that's really good on this is not just the campsite window coverage and like the impressive balance of storage and sleeping capacity that you have in a simple, easy, no slide camper. It's a full-on privacy wall for the front bedroom. Most, not all, but most builders of this thing, to make the RV look and feel bigger so it doesn't feel so small and cramped inside, they will just have the open air or maybe a curtain if you're lucky at the end of the bed. This one actually has a full-on wall with a sliding door, and I like how they dressed it up with a mirror because when you're in the living room, the mirror gives you the perception of more depth and more space and helps kind of compensate for the fact that it does have an enclosed wall. Overall, I am pretty darn happy with the thing. And I've got a couple points of critique and concern to go through. I'd like to hear from you as we go. Also, where you think this one shines and maybe where it falls a little short. But what if you don't like stick and tin campers? Well, good news. I'm going to make another couple of these videos dedicated strictly to laminated couples campers and bunkhouse campers as well. So I'm kind of curious, those of you out there who are trying to be that bunkhouse baller on a budget, which one would you go with and why? Or is there one that I've missed? Did I, you know, these are my personal hits, but it's not to say they're the best ones. Which one's the best one for you? I'm kind of curious. So when you're ready, we're ready. If you need to try a couple on for size like a dressing room, we have places to do that. And until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.